Welcome to episode 16 of the Out on Loan podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jeffrey Canova. And with this being the final episode of 2025, we have a big episode planned. And by big, I mean, guys, look at this. Look at this roster that we have right here.
Wow.
This is like
Hey.
Avengers. Avengers Doomsday is coming out in a year or so. So, we have to pay homage. Okay. Not, no, not that many big Avengers fans.
Absolute
Obviously,
cinema. Absolute cinema.
This is. I can we all do a favor and just put our hands up like this? This is just amazing. I'm very happy to have this big group of talented, educated, exquisite media personalities right here, man. This is just awesome. Obviously, we got the Doc, aka Kieran Keneally, my favorite man in the world, Isaac Hausen,
Oh, wow.
my brother from another mother, and Kobe Gaines, and of course my co-host, the man himself, the Mr. Positive, Aretha Charger. Boys, welcome to this episode, and thank you again, not only for today, but just overall, the start of something special for me, which is the Outlaw Podcast, man. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank
All
you
right,
for having
so-
us too.
No problem. As always, please shout out to Robin Stone Pictures for editing our videos, and shout out to him as well for the entire year, just doing all the hard work. He's literally like the anchor of like our team at the Out on Loan podcast. So shout out to you, Robin Stone, and please follow us on our social media pages, especially as 2026 we have big plans coming up with more episodes, more content to be created. So just please follow us out there for our hot takes, our reels, whatever it may be, to keep you guys engaged, to all of our listeners out there. But as always, Premier League, man. I have 1, 2, 3 Premier League fans here. 2 of them being United fans, and I'm just excited. 2 of them being United fans. I'm just so excited to have the man himself, Kieran Keneally, and Aretha finally meet, man. This is just amazing. Like I'm happy for this. But United fans, take it away. Whoever, rock, paper, scissors, who wants to go first, man?
Kieran, go for it.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we just beat Newcastle. It was Friday, not yesterday, Friday, a 1-0 win. We're very depleted right now. I mean, we're missing players with AFCON, with injuries, but as it stands right now, we are 6th place, I believe, level on points with Chelsea at 5th. And a certain host of this podcast said our season was done after match week 3, but 18 games in, we're level on points with 5th, 3 points out 4th. Things are looking up for us. I think we might actually start getting a little bit of momentum and actually build some consistency if we can beat Wolves on Tuesday.
Yeah, spot on. I was just gonna add on to that, and I remember sharing my post-game reaction, I think, to Jeffrey. I was like, man, I was just so proud of the way the team played that day, because we were 5 or 6 starters down due to AFCON and injuries. And sure, we could put up maybe a decent starting 11, but that bench, I was just worried what substitutes was going to be made and whether they can even perform. But the fact that they still held it on, not only to a win, but a clean sheet too, which is our second one. First one since our 2-0 win against Sunderland, I believe. And that was week 5, week 6 maybe. So I was just so proud of the fight that they put on. I mean, it was an ugly win for sure. They had 60% of the possession, all the shots, whatever, any corners, crosses, whatever was coming on. And we just calmly booted them away. Aid in heaven. Shout out to that man. What a calm, collected center back. The future is just so bright for him. Filling the shoes of De Ligt or Maguire, who's been so far best center backs, to just come in here and just put that performance that he did against Walter Mate too, 6'7", dude. Also scored 7 or 8 goals in the league. I mean, it was gonna be a big challenge for sure, but for the most part, pocketed him. Also having like Lisandro Martinez back, that was like huge too. I know I'm missing like a couple of players that I wanted to give big shout out to. Oh, Patrick Dorgu. Holy cow, what a performance that man. I mean, I knew he had like the potential to like be as good as he played on Friday, but that was awesome. Like playing much further up the field and that volley too. Ooh, it was sweet. Like so proud of the guy. It's like it looks like, hopefully for this game it's gives like our young guys some confidence to just like move forward and that they belong in this Man United team, wearing that Man United shirt, that badge, play with pride, play with honor, play with some confidence too. And yeah, like we got one more game against the Wolves. Hopefully we can take care of that. And yeah, 2025, it'll be off to a great end so far.
Hold up. Give me 1 second, boys. Something's wrong with the audio. All right, we're back. We had a little bit of a technical issue right there on my end. My team has had technical issues with managers and teams. United has technical issues, so we're gonna have we're back online. But yeah, you did mention that United did pick up a massive result, especially when you include all of the the situation that's going on with the form of the team, the criticism towards the manager, and then obviously all the players that are going to AFCON, which include Ahmed, who I think from what I've heard from a lot of our fans a lot of United fans out there, and I think some Ivorian Coast fans as well, is that he's looked good playing on the wing. So that's something that I hope Ruben Amorim can change. But I wanted to bring this conversation to everyone, right? I think one of the main things that Ruben Amorim finally did, and I'm hoping the city does this by this is one of my big criticisms towards him. And I'm not saying that he's a manager that I want out or, like I think he's failed or whatever. Like, I agree with you guys. I think he needs to stay. And, screw you two, because you've been clowning on me about how, like I said, the season's over and you think I'm an anti-Amarin guy. I'm not anti-Amarin anything. I just have my criticism towards him, which I think it's fair in my opinion. I mean, it's fair because, he's made some pretty questionable decisions with some of his lineups and player management. But I think one of the things that I'm really happy about, and which is why I want him to stay, and I don't mind him staying, especially if I'm a United fan, is he's still a young manager. He's still learning. He's still growing. And we saw that he took this next leap of learning in terms of like changing the lineup, which he finally did. And I think if you guys weren't mistaken, right, he brought in, I think he went with a 4-2-3-1, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a standard 4-2-3-1, yeah.
Now, I think me and Colby have had off-air discussions about management and all this type of things and what type of risks you can take as a manager, especially when it comes to criticizing your players. But also I think some managers just need to learn how to like just take some risk and just change it up when you have to. So if this needs a change of lineup, take out the certain players. If you need a change of formation, you need to do it. So my question to you guys is, I know Ruben Amorim is a big 3-4-3 person. He wants to run that 3-4-3. Should he say, you know what, I need to run this formation. I'm riding or dying with this formation, the way I play, and I want the players inside? Or should it be a manager that gets better to the point in which, okay, now we're going to switch it up. I need to be flexible. What do you guys think? Should he continue the 4-3-2-1, the 4-2-3-1, where it won him again and they actually look a little bit more defensively stable? Or should he just continue playing suicide ball for the time being and going 3-4-3s? I bring that discussion.
I mean, I'm always a fan of a manager kind of sticking with his principles and kind of asserting himself as the boss. I think some different United managers we've had in the past 10 years have kind of abandoned their system, and that's kind of led to their downfall of being very inconsistent, like Eric Ten Hag most recently. But I also do agree. I think he should be a little bit more flexible, I guess, with some of the changes he makes, and maybe be a bit more open to taking risks. Because too often it feels like the season will go 1-0 up, and just try and park the bus, like subbing off Casemiro or subbing off a striker. So I think Amorim should stick to what he believes in, but knows that for the next 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to have to make adjustments since we have like 7 or 8 players missing. So a little bit of both, I guess.
Yeah, agreed. I think it really depends on the situation, and the situation being right now, given we don't have like most of our best players, whether it's in defense or in midfield, It makes sense to be a little more conservative, play a back four, but in the long term, like especially when he has this upcoming summer transfer window that's coming in, where he can like get a couple more players as well. I'd like to see him continue playing that 3-4-3, and hopefully that the players that he does buy or the management buys, I trust them with the players that they do bring in, that they also, if they're not in Prem, hopefully they can like transition to the Prem well. And if they are in Prem, hopefully we don't have like an Isak situation where you just like take forever to like situate yourself and then get going. Like somebody that can, like relatively quickly like settle in with the team, start performing well, and then hopefully, we can go and achieve like bigger things next season. So I guess like, yeah, short answer for now, yes, it makes sense, but long term, stick to like what made you big at Sporting that earned you this move in Man United, which was the 3-4-3.
If I could interject, I feel like I would. I feel like I would almost disagree with both of you. I mean, I disagree and agree in some aspects, because I think flexibility is a great sign of a competent manager, and I think this was a huge moment for Amarim in this game, to especially the way in which he did it, where they were warming up in a 3-back, and then all of a sudden, they're playing 4-back. But that aside, like I think the ability in actually executing, breaking off from what you've been so stern on, if you would, the whole year, and kind of just changing it up. I mean, I think that's a great sign of a manager that's, willing to admit maybe when he's wrong, or just wants to try something new. And I think that's a great trait to have, honestly. And while I do agree that that's what made him big at Sporting, I mean, it is a different league. It is a different game. Like it's never a bad idea to try different things. So I think that was a really good move from him, to say the least. And it just kind of shows ambition, and to change things up in a time where, they're still figuring everything out, figuring out their identity and stuff. I really respected that move personally. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of copping out. I'm kind of going in the middle there again with all of that. I think you bring up a good point about transfers, especially. One's adjusting to the Premier League. I mean, United's in a position, I think you guys would both agree, you can't afford to lose too much money, especially on big transfers that are going to be coming in the next couple of years. And you need to have a clear system, at least a clear idea of what you want to do with those players when you bring them in. And I think too much fluctuation, too much change, or asking too much of them to adapt can kind of obviously lead to or cause some of those struggles that we've seen in recent years. So I think there's one degree where, yeah, you want to have an idea. If you're playing the 3-4-3, you stick with that and you sign players accordingly for that. But I mean, the game's evolved and changed over the past 10 years. Pep Guardiola hasn't played the same like right now than he has in 2015. Like that stuff's always going to come. And I think you always need to be open for that. And there's obviously, you're going to be in different situations. You're fighting right now for a top 4 spot. So you're going to have to play a different game than you have been maybe the past couple of years, where you're fighting to stay alive at some points, or just try to save your season. So a mix of both. You got to be open for that evolution, but you can't afford to be taking too many risks on players you're bringing in and what you're asking these new players to do when they come in, or even change their game somewhat entirely, or what they're doing right now at United.
Yeah, I think
well said.
Yeah, no, you said something else, Kobe. You want to go ahead?
No, I just said well said.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think all have brought up their points, and I think for me being the host, I get to make the final call. So I'm gonna call Ruben Abner and tell him that we should play the 3-4-3. I'm obviously joking, but I think as a manager, I'm more of the side of you need to figure things out. Like I've always said this about Xabi Alonso, and I know I bring back to him because I think he's the prime example with how much Real Madrid have been struggling, because obviously it's Real Madrid. That's the team that we're all going to look up to and compare to. Or Bayern, for example, whenever they have something going on with their managers, I know they've had their history, or Chelsea as well. But I think as a manager to succeed, especially nowadays where there's a lot more injuries, there's a lot more player management issues where a player wants to leave and go this way, and then the influx of new young talent that are starting to pop up. Like, I mean, you brought up the center back who came up from the academy, who you guys got from Arsenal for like 1 million? I forgot his name. What was his name?
Aiden Heaven.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Sorry?
Aiden Heaven.
Aiden Heaven. I mean, that's a beautiful
name.
Like
heaven.
Aiden.
It is. Yeah.
Heavenly.
He's a heaven.
Manchester is his heaven. Like
it is. And he's been a heavenly figure for that defense, because now that's a player that you come in, okay, now we know his strengths. Okay, maybe we can play him in a 4-back. Or now let's see him how he plays in the 3-back system now. He's on the right, on the center, in the middle. So as a manager, you just got to find ways to see, okay, how can I get the best out of my team with the situation? And I think that's been my criticism, Amron. If you know that this formation has not been working for the last few games because you don't have the players to manage that or be able to follow out the tactics that you want to, then don't run it. Don't run it. Play the other players or figure out where you can get the right players from the academy because besides probably Bayern and I would say Barca and maybe Tottenham, you can probably throw them in there as well because they've had a few players that have come out and gone to big teams. Man United are right up there. I guess we could put a City in there, but like Man United are right up there as like a top 5 team in terms of like academy because they always get these players that maybe they're not like your best like La Masia talents or your world beaters like that, but historically, I mean, they've gotten Rooney. They sign young players to get in there, like Rooney. I know Giggs came out. Like all these players that they get from are from like the academy, born and raised. So you need to figure out ways in which your team can manage through the stress. So for me, you got to find that type of flexibility, and I'm just happy that he's starting to figure out. Okay, it took him a while, which I don't know why, but play that 4-back system. Play it when you have to because you don't have the pieces right now. Play more of the academy players. Use that. These are players that have historically given you more than probably some other defenders or fullbacks. Why don't you do that? So that I'm in full agreement with you. I think he should go to a system. Maybe there should be an ideal set. But in this day and age where we know injuries are bound to happen, players are bound to leave, new talent are about to influx into the leagues as well, into your academies, into the other leagues as well. You need to find ways to adapt into this new modern era because this new modern era is just who has the best talent, who has the best depth, and who can be the most flexible with the rosters. But I think United are not the only ones that need to hear this. I don't think Amron needs to hear this. I think another manager in England needs to hear this too, in terms of flexibility and figuring things out. And I think this is a perfect transition into Tottenham, man. Tottenham, what's going on, man? What's going on? What is going on?
If I must, yeah, I mean, I think I could open this and be really pessimistic, as most Tottenham fans are always. But I won't be. Obviously, not necessarily the place we want to be right now. Started out the season really strong. We're looking like a team that was competing for top 3, to be completely honest. But now it's kind of just fallen off, and the identity has been all over. And I really think it's come down to missing Madison and Kulusevski, to be honest. I think that's really been where our struggles lie because we haven't had that like maestro in the middle, that creator. I mean, Xavi obviously is a good player. He's going to be a great player, but he can only do so much whenever he's a young player coming to the Premier League. I don't think anybody, any Tottenham fan anyways, expected Xavi to just step onto this team and fill that hole that they did. So it's been frustrating. I thought at the beginning, at least, our defense was going to carry us because we were up there with Arsenal in terms of goals allowed, and then I don't know, it's just all kind of came crashing down on us, to be honest. But the good news is we're not in necessarily the injury crisis that we usually are by this time of the year, so there's that at least. But there's still another half a year or so of football to play, so there's that. But I know my little tag thing under says all hope aborted, which is a hyperbole. But I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent at the moment. I will say they've made it really hard for me to watch football this year and enjoy it. But I still do try and watch every game that I can just because I love the team. And I'm feeling pretty confident about the transfer window coming up. I think it's pretty evident that we need new signings to bolster our attack because the attack has been, I mean, I don't even know if I can say that on the air, to be honest, but we'll just say it hasn't been good, right? There's been flashes of brilliance, but it hasn't been good all in all. And to be, I think, 11th right now going into 2026 is far from ideal, but I think we can turn it around. I'm semi-confident we'll turn it around depending on how the transfer window goes. So I'm just going to kind of stay put and not overreact to anything.
Yeah, you mentioned the Madison injury. I know, and we kind of had the feel. I mean, I remember earlier episodes. I think one of the first few that we talked about was whether Xavi Simmons is built to either just flop in his first year or maybe take him a while to integrate himself into the Premier League and with this Tottenham team. So, that's kind of been one of the main issues. And then the Madison injury, too. I mean, that's two players that there's no creativity. There's no, I don't even think it's just creativity. It's just a player that can give you a moment of brilliance out of nothing.
And
And that's what
advance the ball. I mean,
and just advance the ball and just open up everything. And when you're playing against a low block or a good defensive team, at least you need that one line breaking pass, that one dribble, that one goal that you'll see Phil Foden, for example, give you on Man City, that you'll see even Bruno give you at Manchester United, or you'll see Sherky give you, or you'll see Danny Olmo or Pedri give you on Barca as another example, or Lenico from Bayern, and soon they're gonna get Musiala. So that's like a bunch of creative players. So and especially in this day and age where you have a bunch of lockdown defenders now in the Premier League, and a lot of just you got to find you need a player like that can break in. You guys don't unfortunately have that. But I just want to go back to Madison. I know he's been out for a while. When do you guys expect to see him back on the field? Like, is it like a long-term injury, or is it just like?
I don't think it would be at the soonest. It would have to be in I don't know. I want to say end of Champions League, assuming we even got there, which I think we all know is a long shot. But it was an ACL, so he's. I mean,
then he's
you know how long that takes. It takes at least usually about a year. But not seeing him anytime soon. Kulusevski, on the other hand, I don't know, dude. With our medical department in the news, it's so ambiguous in such a annoying way. Originally with Kulusevski, he got hurt in it was during our Europa League run. I think before the semifinal. I might be wrong on that. I apologize, but the medical staff said that it was just a knock, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks go by and he's getting surgery that ends his season. And then the same case with Dominic Solanke now, it was said that he was supposed to be out for a couple, a week or so with ankle soreness. I don't think he's touched the pitch in 3 months now. I don't understand this team and its medical news and stuff, and they're not transparent to say the least. So it's really hard to say. And with Kulusevski, it was supposed to be that he's back at the start of the new year. There's not really any news on that, if I'm being honest. So I don't know, dude. Honestly, my guess is as good as yours when any of these players are coming back. So, it's kind of just next man up for the time being.
Yeah. I completely agree. And I think this is where Xavi Simmons needs to turn around. We saw little Uzi Verts, finally get his.
Okay, but the thing about him, though, is that he had to play Tottenham in order to get going. We can't play ourselves to activate.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean?
You did give him his first assist.
Exactly. So, if we could play Tottenham, then sure. I'm sure Xavi would get going. But unfortunately, we can't play Tottenham. So, we kind of just have to leave it to him to figure it out. But like I said, I'm not expecting Xavi to be our savior. And would I say that maybe he's been a little slower than I would hope for? Yeah, I would say that. But I also would not call him a flop or disappointment or anything.
I completely agree.
So I guess it's kind of a wait and see, But I'm happy with how he's progressed and how he's looked at times. I mean, he's looked bad at times, but he's also looked really good at times. So, I'm down to just wait it out and see. When you don't have your best players, it's hard to, judge your team and the manager too hard. I try to give Thomas Frank grace despite everything that has happened this year. So, I'm just trying to stay optimistic in a time of overwhelming pessimism.
Yeah. I just want to add one more thing. There's this stat that I saw, and it's kind of mind-boggling. I think the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I don't think it plays in your favor I don't know if you've seen like the win-loss like record, but it's like you guys are like completely different teams when you guys are away versus on the home. There's this crazy stat that I saw. So Emirates Stadium, Arsenal's home stadium that opened in 2006 after they moved away from Highbury, I believe. You guys are about 6 losses away from tying or overtaking, and you guys opened up in 2019.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Give that a thought. Give that a thought. Give that a thought for a second. Like, I think it was like 45 losses that Arsenal has lost, like in, I don't know if it's Prem or all games in total from 2006. And for Tottenham, it's at 39, and they opened up 6 years ago.
You know, I just wish one of my friends would have warned me before this is the team I picked, because I've got all these friends here that know football, but none of them said, "Hey, dude, that's a bad idea." Like, "Hey, dude, maybe pick a different team."
When
Like,
Gannon
We never
was
said to
playing
pick
there,
Tottenham. We never told you Tottenham. was the one to
When
go
was it
to.
that you picked Tottenham or became a fan?
It would have been like, I want to say beginning of like 2023. So yeah, we were about halfway through the year, and I started watching later towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
They kind of picked me, to be honest. I feel like that's kind of how it is with your teams. Like, they kind of just pick you. Like, I don't have any like one event or anything that kind of just like said like, "Oh, you're a Tottenham fan now." I just feel like, I don't know, as I consumed football more, because I started watching with the 2022 World Cup. I feel like as I just watched football more, I really like Sun. I like the colors. I like the team branding and stuff. But I did not know about everything that came with it. And man, it's been something. But that being said, we've got a European trophy, so you know,
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, like, I think you low-key witnessed one of the best period,
I did.
even though it was very short-lived. One of the best and highlights of, obviously for me, it wasn't great, but
Yeah.
you know,
Nor the
like,
doc.
yeah,
We don't
you
talk
got a
about
trophy,
that,
something that your biggest rival can't say. A European trophy that your biggest rival, the annoying fan base that is, that they can't say. So I know you guys are going through some tough times right now, but just remember, you also, like, you know, experience some highs of the highs.
Yeah, I definitely think there are better days ahead. It's just a matter of when those days come and whether I have the mental state and capacity to hold on to those days. But I think I'll be all right, and I think we'll be all right with enough time.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna say this about my coach. You know, this year, Richard, you've been the most positive man I think I've met when it comes to meeting us. Well, me and Kobe are probably the two more pessimistic soccer fans out there, and you too, Isaac. I know, but that's
Wow. Okay, I appreciate that.
no. Like, I've known that from time to time. Like, you always calm me down when I have to get mad, and I shout you out, Richard. That is one of the most positive things I've heard you say about Tottenham, man. Like, the brighter days are coming, and they did witness their great period. So you know, it's an appreciation for having us calm down when we need a little bit more of, like, you know, a little bit of a.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. It's hard to find nice things to say. So I mean, the fact that you
United fan, it's just rare.
I mean, they get it. They know how it is.
You know, like we can. I think in this decade at least, I think we can share that pain. You know, horrible ownership, horrible teams, yet like somehow winning a trophy here and there, having some like beacon of light. I think we're on a similar journey. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, 100% we are. I don't think there's any teams that are more similar in the state of where they are in the Premier League right now. But yeah.
But you know who are the opposites to those two teams in United and Spurs? I would say are Arsenal and Manchester City, because Arsenal and Manchester City, they've been up in there in the table, 42 points. Man City down with 40 as well. Aston Villa, I mean, we kind of talked about the last episode, but man, they're on a run. I think we can all say, I think they're in the Premier League race right now. They're in there. Could we all agree on that?
Yeah, mathematically.
As it stands, yeah.
I mean, Morgan Rogers has been amazing. 2 goals by Ollie Watkins to kind of knock out the team that I'm just in shock have been in downhill. And I don't know, Chelsea fans. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on. I think we're kind of seeing now the weaknesses in that Chelsea team, because they've just fell down to 5th. I thought they were going to probably be the 3rd team with Liverpool potentially to kind of compete foolishly, I thought even Tottenham, I thought they were going to get in there, but
We all did.
You know what it is that they need, Jeff? Another $300 million that they spend on 10 different wingers, left or right, alternate, well, however way you want. Maybe add another like midfielder or two. Maybe add another like wing backs or two. Maybe even another 2 center backs. Who knows?
And then you loan them all to Strasbourg over in France.
Yeah, but not
And you
a
farm them away.
goalkeeper, which I think they need. Not a striker because all of them are injured. Maybe buy another 5 different Garnachos who's wasteful. Just yeah.
I hold my hands up again for one of my beliefs, and I thought you can give time to Garnacho. I'm sorry. I'm done. I have no defense for this guy.
He's a La Liga player.
I think for me and Isaac, right? Me and Isaac, I'm going to bring Isaac into this conversation, right? Because we're kind of lucky in the sense that we've at least seen for like the last few years now. Well, not this year entirely because my wingers have been ass, but we've been blessed to watch like elite wingers on our club. I mean, historically for Bayern, Robin, Ribery, and then now you have probably the best winger duo in the world with Luis Diaz and Michael Elise. And then for me, like when Vinny's on it, he's just amazing, and when Rodrigo's on it, he's amazing too. But man, I think we can just say like when we watch Garnacho play and we watch Pedro Neto play, I don't know what do you think it's their biggest weaknesses for you? Like
okay, I don't know about I don't know about Neto. But for Garnacho, 100% it's his attitude. 100%. That ego and attitude, thinking he's like Ronaldo. And maybe like we also had a part in playing that, the person that he is today. Because at a very young age, we sort of like let him be the main attacking man when like Rashford was out or he was out of form. And that just like gave him the whole 100% authority to take as many shots as he want, as wasteful as they were from wherever it was. When there was like clear passes that he could make to Højlund or to Bruno Fernandes or to like whoever our overlapping like left back was, he would not see it. It's just like I don't understand. What is it like low IQ, like tunnel vision? Is it you just being 21 years old? Like what's going on? Like I don't know, dude. And I thought, oh, maybe like you finally got your move to Chelsea. Another, big club in Prem. That's what you wanted, a top 6 club in Prem. I thought like maybe you could pull off a Marcus Rashford, an Anthony, a Rasmus Højlund, and maybe like a Scott McTominay and like turn your form around. Nope. Maybe some just of like talent here and there, but no consistency because your attitude still stinks. You're still rotting away in bench, and whenever you get the time to play, you bluff it.
I completely
I'm
agree.
I'm just glad that we sold Garnacho and we got Mbeumo and Cunha.
Like, bro, I
upgrade.
don't get me wrong. Like, I
upgrade
love the guy, dude. I love the guy, but it's just like the last year or so. It's like, dude, what happened? I feel like it's not the same Garnacho that I like really loved back in 22 or 23. It's like there was like some type of 180 that happened. Yeah, that's all I got. And also, Kieran, my bad, I like interrupted you midway.
No, I think I interrupted you, but I was just saying I'm glad. I think we scammed Chelsea when we sold them for 40 million. That looks really bad now on their part. I mean, when we initially sold him, I didn't think we got enough money for him, but I think 40 million looks really good now.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like Rashford and like Jesse Lingard in terms of like a player who has potential, but like it must be like his surrounding cast, like his family, they don't like support him properly. They like overhype him, make him think someone he's not, and he feeds off that. Like yeah, that too. Last year's brother, I think it was his brother who kept
Roberto Garnacho, bro. Yeah, nah. Oh yeah, he would like leak like lineups. Yeah, dude, that was so bad.
So I don't know. He's too egotistical, and I don't think he has a good support system.
But I think for me and Isaac, from what we've seen with our wingers, because we've seen. I think, the attitude is a stinky thing to have, and we completely agree with that. I mean, I'm seeing that right now with some of our attackers at Madrid, with Vinny and Mbappe and stuff like that. But I think the other thing that I think we've kind of laid over it and just kind of passed through with them is just the physicality. I think physically, they're just not it. I don't even think technically they're just that it as well. Like Garnacho's just not the fastest player in the world. not the fastest, I think, especially in the Premier. And then you gotta, I don't want to sound messed up when I say this, but like a bit of height matters, especially in the Prem. I like, how tall is he? Like 5'6", 5'7". If you're not
I
in
think
the
he's like
dog,
kind of taller, bro.
I feel like he's like 5'9".
I
I
thought he
don't
was
know,
5'9",
but
5'10", bro.
But for me,
Yeah.
it's just he's not like that. Like physically, he just doesn't look that strong. And that's one of my other. And Pedro Neto's the same thing. Just physically not that imposing. I don't think he has any creativity into his back to break down his man one-on-one. I think they're decent finishers, but even then, so they're just inconsistent with their finishes because I don't think they have the composure to be an elite goal scorer like a Salah. So they're just like they're mid for me. They're mid-table players in my opinion, and I think Garnacho probably did have a beautiful run at the beginning of the year. Pedro Neto probably had a good start to his Chelsea time too, and I don't know what it is, but when he flips a switch when he's with the national team, but I think what I've come to see, in my opinion, is not just attitude. I just think physically and technically, he's just not the player that a big team needs. I think maybe Wolves can get him, maybe off the bench even. Like I've heard maybe Garnacho's a good bench player when the game is really open. But I just don't think he has not only the IQ and the attitude, but I just think physically, I don't think he's the player that we all expected him or thought he would be with the mentality that he has. And I don't know. I think like Luis Diaz, like who's like, how old is he? Like 30, 29?
Something around there, yeah.
He's about to enter his 30s, and look at him. Like that's a physical monster right there, with a bit of technicality and a bit of consistency in the way he scores goals. I don't see that in like a Garnacho. I don't see that in a Pedro Neto. I don't see that in like even a Martinelli at the time. Even though right now he's been scoring goals and whatever the hell. But I just think with Chelsea, I don't know. They have a lot of players that they started off strong, but you can just tell like when is the fall off gonna happen? When is that little purple patch just gonna come down? And it's happened. We gotta wait to see. Maybe Palmer. I know Palmer's been injured too, so I'm not gonna be like I told you about Palmer. He's just very inconsistent because he's been injured, so I'm not gonna like slate the guy. And he's probably like he's their only spark. I mean, he's like their only guy that has to carry this team. But I demand more from Enzo Fernandez. Everyone wants to shit on midfielders like Vitinha and Pedri and Bellingham and other midfielders in there. This guy has not gotten any of that treatment. So I'm waiting to see when we're going to start those conversations. When are we going to start actually criticizing this guy? Because it's now been 2 years now since that World Cup that I haven't seen him do anything. Yeah, I hear none. I can guarantee you Bruno gets more criticism than him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he
Where's the
definitely does.
criticism towards this guy?
100%.
That's very true.
I see Musiala get more criticism than him. I see
Yeah.
nothing with Enzo Fernandez. All I see is he needs time and he's not. Well, like when are you gonna step up? When are you gonna become that World Cup winner that we saw you become? When is the manager gonna figure out what your best spot is? Meaning, like, can you play the right? Whether it's at a cam spot, whether it's as a holding midfielder, whether it's in the three, it doesn't matter. When are you gonna produce? When are you gonna turn up? And we as a fan base, and I'm including Chelsea fans too. When are we gonna actually criticize this guy? Now, I don't want to say I don't want to mention any politics or anything like that because I'm not here for that. But it's starting to make me question about how we're talking about these players because I need some criticism on this man. I need it right now because he's $100 million. He's $100 million.
125 million. 125 million.
125. That's even more. Yeah, I hear people like Bruno get more criticism. I hear Moises Caicedo get more criticism when he's been carrying the whole load for the last like 2 months now since this poor drop of form. So Enzo Fernandez, it's time to wake up, man. Like, let's get going. I know I got some few Argentinian followers in there, and I know they love him. I don't care. For the Premier League, he's been awful.
Also,
even
Garnacho's
Goretzka's
actually
been better than him.
No, do not. That's just wrong. I can't let you say the blasphemy on the podcast.
Also, real quick, Garnacho's actually 5'11" according to FootMob. So
He's the fakest 5'11" player. That is not
Fraudulent height. You heard it here first, folks.
I think Fabrizio Romano must have measured him or
every guy that's
something.
5'10" says they're 5'11". They're already lying about it. I don't think the height even exists.
Yeah. See, like you say, he's lying his height.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought like on the field, like he actually looked like a 5'10", 5'11" guy, but like the strength is just not, physicality is just not there.
It might prove your point though. It's all about mentality because sometimes there's players who are 6'2", 6'4", like Dean Huijsen, but they play like they're 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think on the field maybe that's an attitude thing because he doesn't impose himself enough to be that 5'11" winger that's going at you. I can't believe he's actually that's so crazy. I thought.
I mean,
I thought he was 5'4". He plays like he's 5'4".
Wait,
I
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that kind of goes to show how important strength is, especially in the Premier League for a winger. That's something I love about Kudus so much is that, like, despite being, not despite, but along with being one of the most technical players in the Premier League, if you've ever watched that guy and his hold up play while there's like multiple players jumping on his back, like it's actually surreal to watch. And I think that's just kind of a testament as to like how important strength is for a winger or anybody really in the Premier League with how physical it is.
Yeah.
I also think they gotta stop thinking they can fix each other's trash, because I think by the end it was pretty clear with Garnacho, like that. I don't know what Chelsea thought they were getting out of that for $40 million. Because you even look at someone like Kudus, he was proven. I mean, for what he had done for West Ham, you knew kind of who you were getting off of that. You knew how he was going to adapt, at least just be able to survive. Sort of what physicality the Premier League kind of calls for. I mean, we talk about Garnacho now being a fake 5'11" player. Like there was never an idea that he could even use the body that he had. So what were you expecting in that 40 million? And I think it leads to why maybe Enzo Fernandez, like you said, needs this slander. Because also, I mean, when you have him and Pedro Neto not even being able to finish chances, like that's going to hurt your stats too. I'm sure there's some of his counting numbers would be better by the end of the year. I mean, even looking at it, I didn't even realize Pedro Neto's already outscored. He already has more goals, I think, at Chelsea than he did at Wolves. And I think he was at least at Wolves for like 5-6 seasons. So that's kind of impressive. I think he's got a foot to him. I think Garnacho deserves a lot more of that slander, I think, between the two, but I don't know. It's
they equally
not what you want.
The Argentinians need to get the equal amount. Because I guarantee you, if it was like a Paul, I don't want to say names, but if it was Paul Pogba, or if it was
if it was Pogba, it would get
Pogba,
criticized.
I'm telling you, man, I would be seeing the whole world just telling me he's the most overrated midfielder in the world. But we're not. We're just gonna just keep our mouth shut and just wait till the year ends, because I want to see what the conversation is going to be on this guy, because he could turn it up. He is that talented, but again, it's time to step up. You're 125 million. You've had 2 years, especially Garnacho too. It's time to step up, but I doubt it. I think Chelsea are just falling off a cliff, but they might pick it up. But
and to say that the United season was over after week 3, so
you never know, man.
Hey, this is the same guy who remember last year. Isaac and Karen will remember when he said the league race was over in La Liga, and like were we even a month into the season?
No, we were game 2.
3 weeks. We were 1 week, right? Never made me more mad as a fan.
Game week 2.
Hey, but I was right.
I'll defend Jeff. He was right. Barca did win the league.
That doesn't mean it was over.
Yeah, but like
it kind of was over.
They kind of were.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not watching history. Just assume this is over to begin with.
Here's my hot take, man. I think I had a feeling that they were going to be over, but it's never going to be over.
Then you gamble on it. Then you bet on it.
Sorry, what?
Then you gamble on it. If you had that gut feeling, you got to bet on it. That's how you that's how you prove your point.
You're right, but we don't do gambling here, especially with Robin Stone Pictures. Shout out to Robin Stone Pictures as always for producing and editing our episodes as we end our segment with the Premier League, and we kind of went a little bit overboard, but who cares? That's the beauty of these podcasts. Is we a little bit.
What's never going to be over?
And we make fun of players. Why not?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mr.
I was like, what's never going to be over?
Robin Stone Pictures will never be over, because that never sleeps. He never gives up, and he's always grinding to edit our episodes, put them on YouTube, on Spotify, TikTok, and on Instagram as well. Hopefully Twitter as well. 2026, we wait to get our own Twitter accounts and start trolling people on social media and give out hot takes.
Yeah, great way to advertise yourself, Jeff.
Don't post your face on Twitter.
No, I will not. But now we're going to head on to like the fun parts, which is the best of 2025 and what we expect for 2026. It's been a ride for 2025. It's been a ride for all of our teams. Me, the Madrid fan, the 2 United fans, the Bayern fan as well, and the Spurs fan. Especially I think the Spurs fan here. Interesting.
I might be the happiest.
He might be the happiest. His team has been on the downhill near the latter stages of 2025. But I don't know who wants to go first as we do our rankings for. Well, I'll kind of explain over what we're going to rank in terms of like our end of the year recap, because I was excited to see what you guys are going to say for your rankings. So the rankings include the best player, the best transfer. This is going to be my most interesting one. The best goal scored, most disappointing player, the worst moment of the year, and just overall, like the best moment. Like, what was the most happiest moment? And then we're gonna all come into our New Year's resolution for each of our teams. Anybody wants to take a dig, or I'll just go first because I'm the Madrid fan here, and we kind of did end off that last kind of block with my predictions. So it kind of makes sense. Why don't I start? Right. I'll give you guys to
Thank you for volunteering, Jeff.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
no
Jeff.
problem.
I really appreciate it.
I just played myself into that. As we played ourselves a lot this year in terms of the way we've been this whole 2025. I think overall 2025 for Real Madrid has probably been one of our worst years ever. No titles. And I think we've had years where we haven't won titles, but there are years in which it's been rebuild mode. Like, okay, we let go of Cristiano. We're kind of transitioning away from the Galacticos between the 2005, 2006, 2009 era. There's been years where like we just got completely owned by probably the greatest team of all time in Barcelona in terms of like the dominance that they had in their run, in their stretch. Not saying they're the greatest club, or I'm just saying that specific roster and that specific squad during that year was just absolutely dominant. I have to clarify that. I'm not saying they're the best team. I'm not saying that. Obviously, it's Madrid, but they do have the greatest roster. But I think for this year, overall, just disappointing. We've had the mega stars. This is a year which we should have been in dominance mode. We should have at least done better than what we did last year, but I think a lot of injuries and, of course, management of players and just the new roster construction, I guess you want to say, has kind of been our downfall. But I did expect more from our players, especially with the amount of talent that we had. But I think it's no surprise here. I'll go quickly. Best player, obviously, Kylian Mbappe. I think he tied Ronaldo's record in the year for 59 goals, which is very impressive. And it's just kind of crazy how, if you remember back in 2024, I was literally just scared as to how he looked. He didn't look sharp. He didn't look fine. He didn't look quick. He didn't look agile. But I am just amazed and just blessed that we have a player like this, because out of the bloom, just flipped the switch. And I think the first game it started by the end of 2024 with those 2 goals that he scored, I think, against Sevilla, where he just flipped the switch. And from there on out, it just went on a crazy tear of form, scoring goals. And then by the end of the year, I just did not expect him to get to 60. I thought maybe 40, maybe 50. But I didn't expect him to get almost 60. And he should have had 61. He should have probably had more with the amount of chances he misses. But, I mean, that's what you're going to get with a player of that talent. I'm just impressed. I think our best player by far has been just Kylian Mbappe. 59 goals, I think like 20 assists as well. And has been the only bright spot of 2025. I mean, the Ballon D'Or candidate heading into 2026. Best player by far for our team. And then our best transfer, I would say. It's kind of funny. At first I would have said Dean Huijsen. I would have said probably even I think I would have said Dean Huijsen or Vera Carreras, but it's funny that this player who hasn't really played much, but I just know is going to be really the key to unlocking our offense, is going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's been our best transfer, the player that I can't wait to see get fully fit, fully integrated, and fully ready into a load of games, because in that final stretch in near October and early November, he looked really good and looked like a player that can really change our team in terms of just unlocking defensive, being that one player, which is why he's considered one of the greatest talents of all time. A player from that position in defense to be able to break the line from that spot, deliver probably the best crosser ever alongside Beckham, the best long range passer of all time. I know I said
it's a good answer. I didn't know that was
he said along Beckham, bro. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Long range passer, like long arms, or just what's that? How does that work?
What do you mean?
A long range pantser. What does that mean?
It was a slip up. We should not put this on social media. But long range passer.
I think we should put it on social
keep
media.
It on. Yeah.
No, I don't think I will, man. I don't think
there's any long range pantsers. Can you comment below, please?
Robin, make sure this goes in.
I don't think that should. No, sorry, Trent. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what he'll do next year, which doesn't include Pansy, which includes pass. Just to give an FYI. I think best goal scored. That's a good one, because there's a few candidates in there. I think we can talk about the Mbappe flip to, remember that one goal he scored over Gavardio where he just just turned him in, had him slit, and then the celebration. that's one. I think in terms of the moment, I think the Mbappe free kick as well. I think that free kick was just amazing. The one in the Super Cup against Barcelona, the one I think that was his first ever like real free kick, and that was just I think for me the moment, just him coming off the bench, being injured with an ankle sprain or whatever it was, and then just scoring his first free kick in the final against Barca. Like I think a real fun, not that one where it was a Leo. I don't count that. That's not a real one, but I think that's in there. I think we can also include just the Jude goal in the El Clasico where Jude did that spin and then he gave the assist to him. I know it's Mbappe, but I mean, like this is how bad it's been for us. I mean, it's just been Mbappe. But I think for me, the best goal has been that Gavardio slip, man. I think that's just been the goal of the year, man. I think nothing will beat that, man. That goal was just I remember watching it, like even the build up to it was just absolutely beautiful. And that's what I wanted to see the whole year, like just combinations like that, dominate teams like that in transition, or even when we're inside the areas with those technically gifted players. But I just haven't seen anything like that again.
Maybe the Rice free kick.
Yeah, no, maybe that's for
That was a good one. Wait, which one goal?
You know what?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It could be the first one.
You know what? If there is, see, okay, we'll get to most disappointing player. I think for me, I'm gonna. This is my clip. If you want to clip this, most disappointing player has always been Vinicius Jr. I mean, on the field, he's been awful. I mean, just 13 goals scored the entire year, which is just, for me, from his standards, not good enough. And I think when you give the context of the fact that he said on Twitter he's going to do it 10 times better, that's just even more embarrassing. And then I'm not even talking about the off-field thing. I mean, the whole contract situation has been awful. The whole issues with Xabi Alonso, which started off in El Clasico, and I think since then has been our downfall for what this poor run of games have been in since November, really, or October, if you want to consider it. That's been another reason for like our downfall as well. And I think just the whole contract situation too. I'm just very disappointed with him. I think I expected more goals, more like intensity in the way he plays the game because he's kind of been lackluster. And the IQ, I mean, that's what we're gonna expect from him. But yeah, I think he's been our most disappointing player. I don't think that's a shocker, especially when he's should be a Ballon d'Or level player, but instead he's playing like Garnacho right now. Worst moment? Oh man, dude, what can I say? There's so many. We can talk about the start of the year. No, I'll start off from the year. The Barca loss at the start of the year at the Super Cup. I know Kobe was there. We were watching it. What was it, like 6-2 at a bar? Every Barca fan was just trolling me in downtown LA. We can mention the Rice free kick. That 3-0 at the Emirates, I just never felt so belittled as a team. Like, wow, like that is just embarrassing. We can talk about the Super Cup as well, the Copa del Rey final, where we lost in the last minute due to a defensive error where Koundé scored the game winner, even though we were up 2-1 with like I think 2 minutes left in the game. So we literally got Madrid. We got dunked on. Then we can talk about, I think then this season, I mean, the PSG 3-0 loss, but that one wasn't too bad because some players were injured, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, new manager. Then what was the worst, man, dude? The 5-2 to Atletico. Oh my God. Then the 2-0 to Celta Vigo, man. I don't know, man. I think for me, from what I'm gonna choose, it's a toss-up between the 5-2 Atletico and the Copa del Rey loss when we lost in the last minute. And I'm probably just gonna go with the Atletico. I just never been so mad. Oh, I forgot the Liverpool one too. I was more mad in the Liverpool game, but that Atletico one, I just couldn't believe we actually lost 5-2 to that team. I think for me that was the start of everything. That was the worst, the lowest of the lows, because we were high at the high, and then from there on out, it was just the lowest of the lows. Like, wow, we're still ass pretty much. So yeah, I think that was the worst moment. I think that 5-2 or the Barca final. I don't really care. Overall best moment, nothing. Here's resolution for 2026. I don't.
Damn.
No, there's really nothing. I have nothing.
Nothing?
Maybe the Barca win, the 2-1 of Clasico.
Yeah, bro, that Clasico win.
Man.
But that's just so low.
Bro, just getting to witness Kylian Mbappe do Kylian Mbappe things, like, come on, man.
Okay, maybe
Come
that.
on.
Sure.
Maybe a hat trick or
Tying,
something
like,
that you
Ronaldo's
enjoyed.
record.
Like,
Yeah, didn't he score like
man.
4 goals in one game?
you
or
got
something?
players that score hat tricks. We don't even score 3
we
goals.
didn't win. We didn't win. we lost. We scored hat tricks and then we lose. Like, remember that Clasico where it was like we were up like what was it 2-0 and Mbappe had like 2 goals and then I forgot about that Clasico. I forgot about that one. Like this is bad. It's just one of the worst years I think a Madrid fan can experience, man. Just all
so privileged.
But yeah, that's all I got. Well, at the end we'll do New Year's resolutions and stuff, but that was just disappointing year, man. All right, Doc, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll represent United, and then I guess we'll compare to Eritrea's later. Best player, I guess we're going all of 2025. I think it's just Bruno. I mean, he's just our best player. He's the heart and soul of our team. Last season, if you include 2025, the end of it, he got 39 goal contributions, which for a team that finished 15th, that's just really impressive. I don't think many players can do what he does in terms of a midfielder playing that deep. So I think that's an obvious choice. Our best transfer, I would say Brian Mbeumo. I think him being our top goal scorer is an easy pick, but I think he's just like, not to slag Garnacho again, but like if you compare him to Garnacho, he's just like such an instant upgrade. He gives us such a different dynamic. I think Mbeumo will be like, I think he'll be like a Sadio Mane type of signing for us, where he's good at a small team, then he comes to a big team and just grows to the next level. So I think I'll go with Mbeumo there.
Okay.
Best goal scored. I'm going to have to go with probably Harry Maguire against Liverpool. I know Maguire scored a few goals for us, but I think the Liverpool one was just so special because we were 1-0 up for most of the game. They scored an equalizer in like the 77th minute. I thought we blew it again. I thought we blew a lead at Anfield. And then Maguire out of nowhere just scored that great goal. It's like John O'Shea all those years ago at Anfield. Just a very, that kind of sparked our season, I think, because we beat Sunderland, we beat Liverpool, we beat Brighton. Like kind of kickstarted our season a bit. So go with Maguire's goal. Most disappointing player. A lot to choose from, I should say, after this season. I'm going to go with Manuel Ugarte.
Oh, God.
In the summer, I foolishly put out a tweet saying he was going to have a good second season and prove a lot of haters wrong. Might have to delete that tweet after this podcast. But right. He proved the haters right. Yeah, he did. He proved me wrong. Yeah, that was he's by far the most disappointing player. I don't think I have to
for admitting when
one.
you were wrong, though, Doc.
Yeah, I'm not going to hide from it. I put it out in like July. I'm thinking he looks really good.
The lesson learned is don't tweet out. Just don't tweet. Don't tweet.
Don't tweet.
Don't tweet a player after one preseason game. That's I thought. He looked good in preseason. I'm like, he has to be back for us.
Yeah,
Steph would have wrote you guys off if you lost after one preseason game.
Oh, he probably would have. Yeah. Our worst moment of 2025. Again, a lot to choose from, but probably the Europa League final. That's an easy pick. I mean, we finished 15th. At the very least, we could have won the Europa League, get a European trophy, and get Champions League football, but we didn't. We lost to Spurs, and that was just
that's bad in itself.
That was just ugly. Like, I mean, I've never felt so. That was probably the worst moment this club's had since like 1974. That was just that bad.
Oh, geez. Like when we got relegated?
Yeah, that's where we got relegated in 1974.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
So, like, I mean, that was just that was horrible. That was the low. That's as low as it got. Hopefully it's as low as it gets for us. But, yeah. And our best moment of this year, probably, I'll go with the Liverpool one again. I think Maguire's, winning at Liverpool for the first time in, I think, 9-10 years. I think that was just a great moment to finally beat a Big Six team away. Probably our biggest rivals besides City. I think that was a great moment. I can't really count the Lyon game at Old Trafford because we didn't win the Europa League. So, like, kind of what's the point of that quarterfinal if you didn't win it? So
I think you can still count it.
I was
surprised you didn't say the Lyon game. That was fully what I was expecting, to be honest.
I was going to say it, but I just I've talked about the Europa League final before, so I was just thinking well, we didn't go on to win it, so
I don't think it's
erased from my mind.
I think a good game is a good game.
For me, For me, I thought when you said best goal, when you said Maguire against, I was thinking about that Maguire game winner. Was it Casemiro? The game winner.
Yeah, it was
Leon,
Maguire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been best goal, just because of the moment. Like, oh my god, you guys were like down, but like in like a few minutes, and then boom, and then Rio Ferdinand's like reaction and how crazy. Like I thought that was gonna be like at least your best goal, at least, but for Maguire's sake. But yeah, no, okay.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key forgot about that game. That's just how long this year has been.
Yeah.
I've just been so enamored by like, Brian and Matthews Cunha. Like I was like, yo, I kind of forgot that game existed when those players were on our team.
Isaac, Bayern. Interesting year for
Yeah.
Bayern. Well, not too much, but I'm curious to know.
I don't know. Mine's I think are pretty simple. A lot of these Kane's got to be pretty easy for player of the year.
Wow.
Just league goals, 71 goals in I want to say 46 games. So I think just
hold up. You said 71 in 2025?
well, not in 2025. I should say if I'm including both the years, the past two seasons, so 2024,
No, that's
2025,
crazy.
and 2025, 2026.
71.
But that wasn't including Champions Leagues and all other competition goals. So he's somewhere around those numbers I know he's 100+ goal contributions in like 100 games or something like that. He's breaking a lot of Bayern records, and he's breaking like Lua records, which I thought were going to stand for a while. And he's just doing it with no issues. So yeah, pretty easy for player of the year. And as we'll get into later, I'm sure he's up there for, if not number one for my Ballon d'Or rankings. Best transfer, I think, is also easy. That's just Diaz. I think be able to steal Liverpool's best forward and have him just transition seamlessly into our squad's been huge. He's also my goal of the year for that goal against Union Berlin. I think like a couple months ago, I'm sure you saw where he saved it from going out, and then just the tightest window just speaks it right by the keeper.
God.
It's fresh in the memory, but I'm big on the technical, so it's not really the biggest moment because I think we ended up drawing that game too. But yeah, just a beautiful goal. I don't know if you wanted to say anything about that, Jeff, but
No, I would completely agree. I think Luis Diaz has been up there with like he's already been the best left winger in the world potentially. I don't know. I'm probably
potentially, yeah.
But no, I was just saying like I'm excited for him for World Cup. I mean, he's just picking up form at the right spot, and I think he's been. I didn't expect him to be this big for Bayern, but I completely agree that he's just been. That goal was just like when he hit that goal, I just knew like how like there's a season where. Like that, there's like a moment that defines like, oh yeah, he's gonna have a good year. That was the goal where I was like, yeah, he's on it, man. Like Vinny had a goal I remember against Sevilla, and that was like the start. I think Kane had like that moment against Arsenal where he just knew like, oh yeah, dude, this guy's just different. Haaland as well, he's had those moments. Bruno as well. Remember I think he scored like 2 goals or a hat trick at one point. I was like, yeah, man, this guy's gonna be. And I think for Luis Diaz, that goal was just like he's stamping his authority,
Mm-hmm. Disappointing is easy. Football terrorist. We've already mentioned him on the episode. Goretzka, man, I hate that guy. Like, there's very few players that I have just a pure hatred for. I don't know if he knows how to pass the ball forward, especially once it gets into the final third. I think he just turns into a robot, and I don't know if it just instinctually just pass it backwards, pass it back, or if it's a mix of like pulling outrageously like terrible shots from like 30 yards out that you're like, dude, you have no business doing this. You have the 2-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves. Like, yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. No FIFA references actually so far on the episode yet. I guess I'll take the first one there. No, terrible. I want him out. He'll tie into my New Year's resolution. I want him gone ASAP. If he's not sold on January 1st, I think I'm going to start emailing the club some pretty bad things. I might get banned from those. I don't know. I might have to switch. If you get an email that I have to switch fandoms like in a couple months, you know why. So, but
Are you going to be dealing with like a Dortmund jersey at the end of the year or something, Isaac?
That's a little much.
Yeah,
that's a little excessive. I don't know. I might punish myself by becoming like a Burnley fan or something like that, or just one of those like mid-table clubs that just go up and then go back down. What's the
Yo-Yo club? Yo-Yo club.
Yeah, I'll just become a Yo-Yo club fan and just go through that torment every.
So like a Crystal Palace or Everton or something.
Oh, Everton, yeah, that would actually so terrible. I'll just follow Sean Dyche for the rest of his career. Wherever he goes, I'm just a fan of. And just
you know what's funny, guys? You mentioned that, Isaac. I'm not even joking with you. I think I saw like these highlights of Mikel Elise. It's funny I'm talking about Bayern and like him and Eze combining at Crystal Palace. And it was during the time period where I just hated watching Madrid. Like I did not want to watch this team for a while because of how bad their superstars have been. I was like, dude, I might just support Crystal Palace. Like that might just be my next team to support. I'm not even joking. Just to give myself punishment for supporting, like, arguably, like, the greatest team of all time, I think I might just support Crystal Palace. Like, I'm not even joking. Like I might become a Palace fan after this. So it's so funny that you bring that up and we talk about Palace. But I also just final thing before I let you finish too. Speaking about Goretzka, I heard the news that terrorist is going to continue joining and causing havoc. But now he's not even going to cause havoc to your like mental health. He's going to be killing me as well because I heard the rumors that you guys have bullied him to the point where he might actually join Atletico this like coming winter transfer window or next summer at least.
Well, he's terrible. Like, sorry, buddy, we don't want to play someone that's terrible at the game, especially if you have like 3 or 4 better options on your. Like, when a 20-year-old that we just signed for free from Hoffenheim is beating you by all metrics of the game, man, you got to wrap it up. Maybe the league ain't for you anymore. Like, I'm sorry. I know you want to stat pad and collect. See, he also pisses me off too because that man is making $15 million a year, and I know every single goddamn player in contract negotiations is like, you gave this guy $15 million at minimum. That's the starting point. So we need him out of here so we can stop inflation. Seriously, like let's get out of here. Send him to Napoli. Send him to somewhere in Turkey. I think there were some rumors, or Galatasaray or whatever. Take him Atletico. I don't care. Just get him off.
Yo, Isaac. Honestly, bro, he should join Onana with Trabzonspor and just like. You know, you combine two football terrorists there. I think they'll have fun there.
Honestly, go to United. I think he'd have some fun out there.
Okay. Absolutely not.
Oh, him and Ugarte double pivot. Ugarte and Goretzka pivot. Oh,
bro, we need to give Kobe Mainu some space, bro. Come on,
we'll take.
We can't take another minute.
Yeah, Isaac, I'm gonna veto the Bayern Tottenham business on that one. I think we.
Yeah, I would say you want to. You like how much you give us for Tell? Like 40 million? How I was gonna ask that. Is that gonna come up in your segment or no?
No, I don't think so. I actually like Tell, to be honest. He doesn't get play time. I think he's better than he gets credit for. But yeah, maybe 40 million was a bit much.
I honestly believe him too. I was thinking about even throwing in for disappointing just because I had a lot of hope. I liked what how he was gonna fit in your squad and young, and I think it's just a matter of the same thing for Bayern. He's got to get minutes. He's still very, very young. He's got some moments. He'll do some things every once in a while. It's similar to like you said with Xabi, where like he has some moments where you're like, oh my god, this kid's legit. Oh, how can you take him out? And then you watch him the next game. It's like you just learned how to play football like a week ago. Like they take you out of a high school safety position and like throw you in on at striker and just expect you to do something. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, and no, if you watch him, you know there's a player in there. Like in Bayern's case, obviously they can't sit around and wait for that player to show up, whereas we can kind of wait and see. We have a little more leniency there. But there's definitely a player there. I mean, this problem is just finishing. Honestly, it's awful. This finishing is awful. But if he can get that together, there's a hell of a player there.
Mm-hmm. But I think what my worst moment. I got a couple here. I mean, obviously Inter's a big one. Anytime you get that close to a Champions League final and you lose, like that's obviously gonna suck. I've been used to it, so I get kind of numb. I kind of whatever. Inter were the better team over the 2 games, so I can't complain too much. The Arsenal game actually really pissed me off. I was not happy.
That pissed me off too, and I'm not even a Bayern fan. I was like, what the hell am I watching? What? Neuer just like gave up the whole net and gave Martinelli a free goal. And I just saw Arsenal fans go crazy about it. I'm like, dude, oh my days. I'm not going to hear the end of it.
I'm going to give Neuer the benefit of the doubt there. I had to I was talking to an Arsenal fan. He didn't like it. I think Martinelli's touch was so awful that was the reason Neuer didn't save that ball. Because he positions himself like he's like, oh, if Martinelli is a normal soccer player, takes a normal touch and brings that ball down. He's in the position to block that or deflect it or kick it away or whatever. But because it does not know how to stop the ball and sends it like a couple yards that way, Neuer's like not expecting him to just do that and then get around and then finish it. So I want to give him a little bit of break. Obviously, when you're that far out, dude, stop giving me a heart attack. It's like watching Mike Tomlin call a football game. Like, you got to stop. I mean, really, please. Like, I need to like not be scared when I'm watching a sporting event. Really scared for my health, I should say. No, I'm gonna give my NYCFC fandom a shout out. Getting rinsed by the cheaters, Miami FC 5-1 in the semifinals for the MLS Cup playoffs. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I was watching them every game in and out. But I was following along throughout the season, and I know we had some nice upsets in the postseason. And man, they cheated. Like, I love the story. Yeah, Messi's great. Whatever, comes to the league, wins. I was rooting for Mueller in that final over. I was pulling for Vancouver. Very rare because my hatred of Canadians. So I was very rare fandom right there. And then they wax us in the semis 5-1 over a team I hate. Like, come on, stop breaking financial play rules. The MLS's rules are already stupid with transfers and discovery rights. That like, if you're just gonna let them break the rule too, like, what's the point of the league at that? I don't know. That just angered me.
I didn't know you were an MLS fan, Isaac.
Yeah, sadly. No, if I'm gonna like criticize the U.S. Soccer Federation, I gotta at least like watch and support the product that they throw out in front of my face. It's like slop, like your TikTok, your YouTube Shorts. I think
Yeah.
you want to watch a real TV show, you want to watch your Breaking Bad. That's the Premier League, that's this top flight English football. And then sometimes you want to sit in your bed and watch YouTube Shorts and like young Sheldon clips, and I think that's just the MLS for me, or the USL over the MLS, honestly.
Oh my god, man.
Dude, holy cow.
Oh, Kobe, you're next, man. Kobe.
Oh, dude. How am I supposed to live up to that?
just
Oh
go,
my
man.
God, Isaac. Yeah. I would say our best player has to be Mickey Van de Ven. Just so many moments I can just think of off the top of my head. I apologize in advance because the Europa League final is probably going to come up a couple times here. But I mean, the goal line clearance in the Europa League final, like, come on. And then actually, I'm not even going to go into it yet because that's going to be my best moment later. But yeah, Mickey Van de Ven, 100% best player. He's like, you ever seen that meme with like the Lamborghini underneath like a trailer?
Yeah.
That's Mickey
Van de Ven with the spark.
That's Mickey Van de Ven, man. But yeah, best goal scored. At first I was gonna say Richarlison's bicycle kick that he had at the beginning of this Prem season, but then I realized it has to be Van de Ven in the Champions League versus Copenhagen. That's like a Puskas worthy goal, to be honest. And that's just a prime example of why he's the Lambo at the trailer park, because the dude literally just pocketed somebody and then went to the other side of the field and scored. Like, I mean, you can't teach that. My joke pick for goal of the year was going to be Brennan Johnson in the Europa League final because he didn't do anything. But yeah, I would say probably Van de Ven in the Champions League. Most disappointing player, I had to think about this one, but I think I would say Rodrigo Bentancur. He has just not been up to standard, to be honest. I think ever since that ACL injury, he has not been the same player. And quite frankly, I don't know how he still gets minutes in the squad. I don't know if he's got like a relationship with a manager, like what's his face on United. They're like long lost cousins or something. But
Diogo Dallo. Yeah.
Dallo. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how he's getting play time the way he is, but whatever.
MLS players when we played him.
What'd you say?
I mean, he was getting dusted by, if I remember correctly, he was really played for Uruguay when they got dusted by the U.S. So
yeah, he's not good. He's not a good player.
Araujo too got dusted. The same.
Had to slide the Barca dig in there. I love it.
I mean, so did Ugarte too. If you want to diss United as well.
Jesus, bro, like
He
did. All the Uruguayans are getting.
I'll let Alex Freeman bag a double on him.
Oh God, man.
Worst moment. I had 3. First one is finishing 17th in the Premier League. Like, obviously we won the Europa League, so it doesn't really matter. But like, could you imagine a world where we finished 17th in the Premier League and didn't win anything? I mean, like, sorry, I hate to like rub it in because I know you guys were only like a couple places higher, but like, imagine being 17th. Like, you were literally the next spot off relegation, and that's where you finished in the Premier League. Like, that's insane. But after that, second worst moment I would say is choking the Super Cup final. Man, I have never been. I don't think I've ever been as upset as a Tottenham fan, man. Like, usually, we play a lot of games, we lose a lot of games, we choke a lot of games. And I'm like, yep, that's what we do. But that one, man, I felt betrayed. Like, I've never been so hurt. I remember I was talking to Jeff during it. I was so happy, like, seeing both Van de Ven and Romero being our goal scorers. Like, it was just so awesome. And it looked like we were really about to beat the best team in the world, and then we just blew it. And once it went to penalties, I knew it was over.
Yeah. Jeff and I were actually working out at that time when that game was happening. I don't know if you remember.
Dude, you want to know how upset I was about it? Like after that happened, I turned the game off, and I remember just blankly staring at the TV for a little bit, and then I went and kicked around a football. Like I was just, it was like it inspired me in some like weird, demented way. Like I wanted to like make the right outcome and score the winning goal. I don't know. Like I was just in such a place of desperation and upset that
Oh,
I
man.
went and played myself, and yeah, I was
No,
so sad. I just had to take my mind off things. I was so
yeah.
upset.
No, I feel you. I think that was me as a kid when I would like follow cricket for Bangladesh, and if there was like a crazy game that we just like choked, I'd just like grab the cricket bat and start like it was like 10-year-old me just start like practicing swinging the bat. Like, nah, I exactly feel the feeling that you felt, and it's horrible.
It's like when you watch your your NFL team lose in real life, and then you go play Madden and you score like 200 points.
100 points. Yeah.
I had to take matters into my own hands. I was scoring curlers, all of this. But no, that was the second worst. And then the third worst had to have been first losing out on Eze last minute, and then followed by him scoring a hat trick on us.
Isn't
that
that
shattered
so
me.
Tottenham? Like, how
Dude.
many times have we said this year? It's actually a curse. Like,
But you guys, especially Kieran and Jeff, they know I was so upset when we lost out on him. Like, I mean, in hindsight, I'm glad he didn't come because he didn't want to be a Tottenham player anyways. But like in the moment before I knew that, like, dude, I was so devastated. Man, that really hurt. But yeah, and then to score a hat trick on us, dude. Oh my god. I remember just turning the game. Like I was just staring. I was staring at my screen, seeing this prick run to the corner flag and celebrate. I was like, "Oh my god, here he comes!" And then I remember I just turned the game off after that. But yeah, those were the worst moments. Best moment obviously has to be winning the Europa League final. Just because, like being a Tottenham fan, like the worst part of it is easily getting bantered by everybody who watches football pretty much. Like it's just never ending banter over and over. So to like do something that people literally couldn't say anything. I mean, I guess there were people saying, oh, it's like a, B trophy, whatever. But like to do something that people you can't take away from us, that was really awesome. And also, fun fact, that was the first thing I've seen any of my teams win, because I'm a Packers fan and a Knicks fan. So one of those makes sense, the other doesn't. But
hey, we got the in-season cup now. Let's go next.
Yes,
New York.
2025, man. That has been my
banner.
Yes, dude. But yeah, no, just that, and then like just seeing the parade and all that stuff. It was so cool, man. I've never experienced something like that in sports, and I don't know. Nobody could take that away from me. So that was definitely our best moment.
Yeah. Mr. Richo, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think I pretty much agreed with almost everything that Kieran said. Best player, easily Bruno. I mean, the heart and soul of the team, has like the most goal contributions, captain, leader, everything. Enough said. And then can you just like one by one go over all the categories again? So we have best player, and then I just want to like go in order.
I got you. So we have best player. You went with Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Best transfer. Who did you go with?
Oh, okay. So yeah, honestly, like flip a coin between Cunha or Mbumo and like choose either. It's like Mbumo technically, statistically, has been the better player, but I just like love watching Cunha more on the football field, just the things that he does. But if I honestly had to like sort of choose this best transfer, as in like who had the most, or not most, like the biggest impact, like positive impact or something, I'm gonna go with Sene Lamin, our goalkeeper. Just because it felt like we just flipped a switch, like when he started playing, and it also just felt like our defense has been more confident with him in the back. He's just been so much more confident and better in like saving shots, in claiming crosses, like just being a regular goalkeeper, man. Like goddamn, I don't know why we had Onana and freaking Altay Binder just like complicating that position than it needed to be. Like, bro, just like focused on the basics and does it really, really well, and also saved us from losing even more points from like that crazy 4-4 Bournemouth game where he had 2 crucial saves in the 95th and 97th minute. This game we just had against Newcastle where there were like a couple like really dangerous looking crosses that I know like one of Onana or Binder would have like messed up very easily, and Newcastle would have punched it, and Bo was just there, like just easily got it, like nothing, like, you know, are you Peter Schmeichel in disguise? Huh? Are you Peter Schmeichel in disguise? I like that. That was a chant that was started in that sports bar that I was watching that game. Like it was, dude, it's just so awesome to have. I love the guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little different route and put him as the best transfer. And he only costed like 22 million. Like bang for a buck. That's a steal. We paid 43 for Onana, by the way. 43 mil.
You don't realize how important having a good goalkeeper is until you have a bad goalkeeper.
Is Vicario that bad? Like I thought he was pretty good.
No, I wasn't even speaking personally.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
I mean, if we're gonna get on that, that's you know, maybe not. But I was just saying, like in general, yeah, no, definitely. You don't realize how important a good goalkeeper is until you have one like Onana or Robert Sanchez.
Yeah. All right, so best player, transfer, best goal scored. Okay. I mean, okay, so there was the Harry Maguire, both the Liverpool and the Lyon headers. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with one of the Bruno Fernandes free kicks, whether it was against Bournemouth or – actually, you know what? I'm going to go against the one in Arsenal from last season at home. I think we tied that game 1-1. Over, like, he scored that, like, pin perfect in the corner. David Raya, he was, like, caught off too. And then, yeah, either that one or low-key the Mason Mount goal that we scored recently. I forget. I think it was against Crystal Palace where it was also a free kick too. And he just, like, scored it, like, below. Like, it was, like, a low kick where everybody, like, jumped up and it just caught the whole defense off. And I think that was also the first home loss that Crystal Palace had in almost like 2 years. It was like since February of 24. So, yeah, like pick one or the other, like one of those set piece goals.
Most disappointing player?
Okay. I mean, like Ugarte would probably be the easy pick, but honestly, dude, I'm still gonna go with one of those goalkeepers in Onana or Altai. Like, dude, yeah. Dude, I don't want to like freaking see them keep, dude. Like, Onana, like go play midfield in like Turkey or something. I think you'd do better in that than like keeping Altai. Dude, you're like 6'5", 6'6". I don't know. Like maybe try the Turkish league for basketball, bro. I don't know. Like keeping is not for you, bro. Like, bro was like low-key soft too, like in the Prem too. So you know, flopping will like probably fit him as well with basketball.
Oh, and that is not working in the EuroLeague. I'll tell you that. So he would just retire, bro. Just retire. I think that's the best thing.
I thought Europeans were known for flopping. Like they were low-key the ones that like brought it to America with like Vlade Divac and whoever.
I mean, Luka does have like the most free throw attempts in the league.
Luka, fucking yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Worst moment?
Eligibility left?
What's up?
Does he have any NCAA eligibility left? We could take him in Bonaventure.
Oh yeah, maybe that too. Well, yeah, with how he technically never played for the NBA. He never also played for the G League. Yeah, I don't think he even went to college either. So, at least in America, he didn't. So
screams eligibility to me.
Hell yeah, 7 years. Give him that. Worst moments. Okay, I mean, sure, the Europa League final loss, that one stung. But the thing is, like, I actually didn't watch that game. I was like working for Duke baseball at that time, and I kind of like distracted myself because I was like, bro, like, what if we were to like kind of lose? And I
took the day off work to watch that.
I took the day off work too, Doc. I took the day off work too.
Dog, look, look. The thing is, like, I was like, bro, I'm just gonna like see the score, and then if we're winning, I'll put it off on the side. If not, like, all right, like I didn't get to watch it, and thank God I didn't, because it's like my boys were like, yo, like, what's good? I'm like, bro, I'm focused on Duke baseball. Like, I don't care what happened there in Bilbao. Like, that happened, season over, whatever. Thank God. Like, I got a new one to focus on. But bro, that Grimsby lost too. Again, another game that we didn't
I was
watch.
waiting for this.
Shut the hell
I
up!
was waiting
Shut
for
the hell up! Bro, we were Jeff and I. We went to the. Jeff and I were at the beach that day, so I also didn't watch that game.
Are you even a fan, bro? Do you watch the game?
Bro, it's
So
like
anytime you don't watch, we always lose. So just watch every game.
It's like the worst games that we have. It's like we lose, but the best games that we have, like the Lyon one, I did watch from the very beginning. So,
so just watch all of our big games and we'll win them all, right?
Yeah. Maybe that would be the move. Like I just remember we were like stuck in traffic and we were still like another hour and a half away from being close to home. And I just remember like texting all my group chats that talk footy. I was like, all caps. I was like, hey guys, let's all laugh at Manchester United. I was like, dude, I was just so shocked to even like comprehend what even happened that I was like, whatever. I don't care if we lost in the penalties. It's just bad. It's just bad.
Oh man, I think I almost crashed when you told me, yeah, we lost on penalties. I think I almost crashed the car.
No. We weren't even in the car. I remember we were like getting our stuff, getting ready. We were like climbing up those stairs to like leave the beach. And I was like, yo, like I just got Wi-Fi. And apparently, like we tied it 2-2, but then we lost in pens. And yeah, like
oh no, it was because you guys were losing 2-0. I was like, there's
initially it was 2-0. I was like, yo, what? Oh yeah. And then like. And Bumo actually tied it up. He was the one that tied it up in the 89th minute with 2-2. I think it was his first goal of the season. And then he was basically the guy that ended up missing the penalty that like lost us the game. It was like the 12th man or 13th man. Oh, that was also the game that Onana played the last, and that man could not save a penalty to save his life. And I think the one penalty that was missed is because Grimsby, that player, he like freaking skied it or something.
It was very fitting that was Onana's last game. That's like a perfect way for Onana to leave.
Oh my god, bro! Like, thank God we did not do this podcast thing like 2 summers ago. Because my goodness, bro, the stuff that I was saying about Onana back then when we signed him, bro, I'm so glad it's not in the internet, bro.
God. Dude, I think the worst part about that is like, at least I feel like this a lot of the times when I see Tottenham choke away games. You're not even surprised when your team is like losing that game, but you're more like disappointed with how much criticism you're gonna get from everybody across the internet. Like if it were me watching Tottenham in that game and we were losing to Grimsby, I'd be like, yeah, as ridiculous as this is, I'm not really surprised. But I would also be so upset because I know that we're about to get blasted across the entire internet.
Yeah. And the way people called for Amorim's head, oh my god, bro!
Dude,
I still remember
the meme with
that meme of like changing tactics. I'm like, bro,
that was generational, bro. I'm sorry,
like, dude. Like, sure, it's like funny to look at, but my god, bro, I felt so bad for that guy because it's like here's a guy that I want him to succeed, and his stupid ass player, especially Andre, just makes it so hard to watch, bro. It's so infuriating, bro.
I think it's hard. It's hard not to feel a little bad.
Bro, I'm so glad we're past that day. And again, Sene Lamens, that's why his best transfer. Because like just look at the way United have been playing. Like complete 180, night and day. All right, next one.
All right, I think we're on to now.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah, we're on to our New Year's resolution right now.
Oh, okay, bet.
Okay, so
and we're talking about the team, not our own personal, right? Because like,
I mean, if it was our overall, like I would just say, give me better mental health, don't all this type of stuff. But it's for our teams, obviously. I think you want to we start from the top. You want to start, Rich, or what's your New Year's resolution
for Man United?
Yes.
Dude, honestly, give me qualify for Champions League football. That's all I ask. And then if we can also like somehow win like an FA Cup. Amazing. That's like cherry on top. But finish top 4. Maybe 5th place could also give you Champions League, but there's no guarantee. I'm not sure like how that exactly works. But yeah, like not even Europa. I think like we can do it just given how competitive and inconsistent like Prem has been this season. Maybe like Arsenal and City, they're sort of set. but like an Aston Villa, Chelsea, who else? Liverpool. Like they're not really set. I know Aston Villa, they've been like on a historic stretch right now, but that's probably gonna come to an end sometime, and then you never know like what's gonna happen there. So try to finish third, try to finish fourth. If you can also win the FA Cup, amazing. Hopefully, like Cunha and Mbumo, they can also finish the season strong. Like they've been amazing. Same thing with Senna Lamens, and hopefully we can also get some Kobe some minutes too, if possible. And then just like have another amazing summer transfer window like you did last summer, and improve from there. Build up on that.
All right, Mr. Gaines, what do you got?
I think mine's pretty simple. First, sign a prolific attacker. Just somebody that makes our offense look decent. Score more goals. Those go hand in hand. Play less like a non-league team. That's what I have wrote down here. And then make the round of 16 of UCL. If we could do that, which looks pretty, we have a decent chance of doing as it stands. If we can do that without our best players, I'm pretty happy. I'll be proud of them. I can't really complain if they make the round of 16. And, as much as I hate to say it, probably burn out after that. And then also, I'd like to bounce back and finish top 6 in the Prem still, but who knows? There's a lot of ball left. We'll see what happens.
Mr. Housen?
Ooh, besides handling your business like Champions League, all of that, I would love if our front office could turn into SEAL Team 6 and eliminate the football terrorist that is from our club. I would really appreciate that. I'd like to make, one or two signings in January would be nice. Historically, we're a club that doesn't do a lot of January signings, so I want to make sure. There's a Brazilian forward from Vasco named Rian. 19-year-old. I think he played right wing or striker. Should cost like $40 million. I don't know if it's in this January transfer window or a summer, but I would just like some movement. And Upa's contract to get done. I've heard that is all but done. I've heard a lot of teams have backed off interest in him, so I would like them to announce that sooner rather than later. And then a U.S. Can I get a quarterfinals in a World Cup in 2026? I don't think that's too much to ask for with some of the squad and what our expectations are. I'm not gonna beat like a Spain and get to a quarterfinal. While I would love that, like I just don't think that's where we're at as like a footballing nation, even just like our development. But on home turf, I think a quarterfinals, we have a light group. I think we'll play like Belgium if we get second, and probably a worse team if we finish first in our group. So give me a quarterfinals.
Yeah. Also, sorry, one more thing I wanted to add. As for signing, if we can get Elliot Anderson in the summer, amazing. Because he's just perfect. That's all we get at.
I'll go like a little less extreme than Isaac's. I'll go
hard not to.
Hey, Goretzka's the extremist here.
I guess just for United to be like more consistent, instead of winning a game, then losing, then tying, to win at least 2 or 3 in a row, to build actually some momentum, take advantage of other teams slipping up. Also, just to keep more clean sheets. We've only kept 2 so far this whole season, so our defense needs to just improve a lot. I think that will once De Ligt comes back, once Maguire comes back. And then I guess internationally speaking, this isn't like a resolution. It's more of like a hope that Ireland qualifies for the World Cup. They're in the playoffs right now. And if they did make it, they'd be in Mexico's group with South Africa and South Korea. So that's like not a horrible group, to be honest with you. It'd be really cool if we get to see Ireland in the World Cup and maybe go see one of their games. It's a pipe dream, but maybe I'm manifesting it right now.
I get that passport.
Yeah, you better get that passport, dog.
No, I do. Yeah. I haven't.
Just boom, I do.
It's already.
Pulls it
out. Also, sorry, one more thing. I'm my bad. I just remember. Yo, Frank, Mr. Dude, I forget his name. We gotta get some scissors. Yeah. We gotta get some scissors, and we gotta just chop that hair off, bro. We gotta chop that hair. I hope we can win 5 games in a row. I think the next set of games that we have is like probably the perfect stretch of games that we can potentially win. It just sucks that we're the most depleted right now. But if we can somehow pull it off, with the 5th one being like the Brighton game in FA Cup at home, we might get a bald Frank.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right,
That's all I got.
Yeah, well, for me, obviously, number one, FIFA lawyer tickets, so I can go watch a game here in LA. It's almost $1,200 to go to that USA game. So lower those tickets, please. I'm poor right now. Not really, but like I just can't afford that amount of money. I just can't afford that.
You can still apply for those games though, like on FIFA on the website.
Yeah, I think you still could, but still, I'm not. It's like still like almost
Yeah,
800.
that's fair. Like you could still, it's still like $200 per ticket, but
that's one of my first things. Lower the damn tickets, please. Just lower them. I can't afford that. Next, for Madrid's sake, I'm not gonna say when because it's just boring and bland. It's just I don't care about that. To be more specifically, Xabi Alonso, just grow a pair of you know what and just put some authority on this team. Put your authority in, man. If a player's not performing, you take him out the starting lineup. If a player is changing his profile pic on Instagram after a poor performance in the few boosts, take him out. If you gotta change your lineup, change the lineup. If you gotta
Bro can't even
scold
change
a
his
player,
profile picture.
please
Does he have like his whole picture in
Your
front of
profile photo
like
anytime soon,
Bro,
Jeff.
get him out.
he wants players to get punished for changing their
40 lakhs.
Oh, have you seen
Profile
the
photo
attitude
activity.
issues on this team?
Can you imagine like a team meeting? Like they all like
attitude. Attitude.
You want to send her back in there with like pedo allegations, and you didn't say anything, but the guy that's taking profile photos on.
Oh my god,
Oh
Isaac.
God.
You did not. You did not.
I wasn't the one with the allegations. He was proven innocent, I think, right?
Yeah, get him
Yeah.
arrested. If that's another thing, sure, get him arrested. He's been poor this whole year too.
Only
well,
because he's playing bad. Get him arrested. Get him
Yeah,
out.
arrested.
not because he was,
no, I mean that's the other
factor.
factor too.
Yeah.
It's gonna help the team out. Just get him out as well. Not gonna name names. And then
I'd
I
name
think,
a Premier League player.
29-year-old from London.
and then my final resolution. I just hope Vinny finds his form, man. I'm just really hoping. It's been a poor year. I just need him to just find his groove again, find that, I guess, love for the game again. It seems like he's lost it these last few years, these last few months. I mean, not last few years, I'm sorry. These last few months, he's just kind of lost it. And it's kind of a reflection of the stats and his performances and his attitude as well, off the pitch, on the pitch, everything. And yeah, man, just fix your attitude, and Xabi Alonso, don't get sacked, man, because I will not see Arbeloa manage this team. I will not see any other manager try to manage this roster of poor players. And in terms of World Cup, I agree with Isaac. At least a quarterfinal. If we can beat like a Belgium, I'll be so happy if we can. A Netherlands too, even though I highly doubt that. But USA gets it. Oh, and here's one more thing. If Peru can find the right manager and the right federation to fix this whole mess, I'll be happy about that too. To go into qualifier games for next year, I would be very happy about that. I know Doc has to go because it is striking 10, and we will do our Ballon d'Or predictions as we end this one block. Unless you guys want to call it quits here, and we just say well, it's up to you guys if you want to call it quits and just say, you know what, we're done here. It's up to you.
I mean, we could just say the name real quick that we think is gonna win.
Like, yeah, I could do like the name and then probably.
I'll just end the block here. Like we'll do the block and then and then we'll go to the final segment. If you have time, Doc, because I know you're gonna leave at 10.
Yeah, I got like a couple more minutes, but
okay. We'll do real quick. We'll do it like 5 or 10 minute segment. No.
6, 7.
That's
Who said
that? Who said that?
Why did you?
All right, yo, we don't got time. Come on.
Yeah, we don't have time. All right. So that's it for Block B. We're gonna go into Block C, but before we go into Block C, as always, please follow us on our social media accounts on Instagram at the Outlaw Podcast, on TikTok as well at the Outlaw Podcast, YouTube as well. Please give us a like, follow, give us our opinions, any hot takes, whatever you got in the comment sections. Just let us know whatever we can do best. But yeah, and also shout out to Robin as always for editing these episodes. But as we get on to the final segment here before we finally end this long episode, but a beautiful long episode, I can't lie. It's just been pinpoint. Ballon d'Or. I know it's been a discussion here and there. Who's going to win it? I know it's been up to 3 names, but the 4th name is starting to creep in there with the amount of stats that he's in. So for me, the 3 obviously are my guy, Kylian Mbappe. The second guy, your guy, Isaac, Harry Kane. And the 3rd guy as well being Erling Haaland. And that 4th guy being what's his name? Jesus, I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. Erling Haaland. Those are the three big players that.
No.
Hell no.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
What did I say?
You already said Haaland's name, and then you were like, "Oh, fourth guy, I'm forgetting his name." You just go
I'm
Haaland
blanking.
again.
Lamine Yamal. Sorry, Lamine Yamal.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't want to have to say it.
I know, right? I did not.
You knew who it was the whole time. He just couldn't say his name.
But
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, ¿y qué fue?
To continue on your personal device.
What the hell? My Siri just...
We're all having blanks
Oh,
in
my
red and
Siri
blank.
just activated. What the heck?
Oh my god, Lamine, bro, Lamine. Did you find out that Lamine is actually on Twitter, bro? He had like that burner account. I don't know if you guys found that out.
I did
So
see that.
I can't wait to tweet that account. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I know there's more players out there, but I just wanted to bring that up too. Isaac.
Isaac gone.
They lose
Dude,
out.
he hurt Twitter.
I think his camera's out.
Goretzka got him.
He's
Goretzka
still-
got him.
He's still here.
We're here.
Seal-
Goretzka got me, bro.
Goretzka
Hey,
got
hey,
him.
Isaac just joined Seal 6 to kick out Goretzka, bro.
He's on his way to Germany as we speak.
But who you guys got for right now as we head into the year? I think every player has like 20 goals, 10 assists. They've been on it. I think statistically they all been great. It hasn't like any. It's not like any of them have been like poor or like this is based on performances. Like all of them have been statistically great for the positions. 3 of them are strikers and 1 of them is the winger. And I'm bringing him in only because Barca is leading the league. It's Lamine Yamal. You know, it's the PR is there, and then obviously the talent is there as well. But I think it's really coming down to Mbappe, Haaland, and Kane. So I know 2 of you are probably going to go with a name that I'm kind of confident. I think you both have mentioned a lot about Kane being the winner for now. Like he's leading that race. Any quickly thoughts on that? Like why do you believe that? Pretty much.
I think for me, it's just going to be Champions League a lot. I'm going to have faith in my team. I think they're going to win the Champions League, and I think he's going to be a leader for why we are so successful. And I think also I'm going to sip the Kool-Aid. I shouldn't trust them just because like historically they haven't been good. I think England's going to be pretty good at this World Cup. I think they got some serious talent going forward. I think even more than we've seen in years past. We've talked about Tuchel knowing how to manage in those tournament style games or system or whatever you want to call it. I think England could be sneaky good, and I think with a good, if not winning a Champions League campaign, and then obviously being one of England's leaders in a good World Cup run, I think that could lock it up for him.
Okay. Richard, do you have it? Or I know Kobe. Do you want to go next? Kobe, I know you've been
Yeah.
a big. I know Kane. Kane is your guy pretty much. Even though you didn't really get to see the best of him, like during those peak years during the Premier League.
Yeah.
But I know you've always been a Kane supporter. I know we've had our discussions and our debates about him, but
I don't know, man. It's so tough. Like I really think it could be any of those 3. But honestly, I think I lean towards Holland if I'm being honest.
so this stuff.
And it's not to say that these other 2 aren't important on their team, but I feel like Holland is quite literally Manchester City. Like I feel like I find it hard to believe they would like be in a title charge or even scoring goals without him, just the level at which he does. And I know the same thing can be said for Kane and Mbappe, so that's why it's so tough for me. But I don't know. There's just something about Holland and his output to me that just I don't know.
No, I agree, bro. Like Holland's scoring like 6 to 7 goals per game. Like it's that's just.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm betraying Kane by not saying Kane because I always advocate for Kane, but I don't know, dude. I honestly don't have an answer. I part of me lean towards Holland, but you really could say any of those 3 and I would not be upset about it.
Yeah, I'm in like the toss up, and this is no disrespect to Kane as well. But I'm in the toss up between Haaland and Mbappe. And for me, I think ever since I saw that Liverpool game, I've completely switched on Mbappe off. I think for me, Erling Haaland, like you said, I think he's Manchester City. And I think with Mbappe, I think he's still in there, and I think he probably has a higher chance than Kane, only because I think France are just going to be really good in this World Cup because this is a World Cup year, and I think that France has been amazing. You've seen the likes of Cherki dominate alongside Erling Haaland. You see the way Hugo Ekitike has been this whole entire year. You see how Tchouameni's picking up form with Madrid, even though I know the team hasn't been great, but he's probably the only midfielder in there alongside Bellingham that can probably compete. You have still pieces like Camavinga in there. You have the defenses looking, and they look great in the games that they've played. Obviously, you have your Spains, and then you have your Englands. And I think with Kane, that's his probably best defense for winning as well, because you have the England side of it too, so that if he does win, then it'll probably be Kane in there. Although I'm getting scared that we're gonna bring in like Rice Ballon d'Or conversations or Bellingham.
It's going to come. It's going to be there.
And it's gonna be scary because Arsenal are probably gonna win the league, or they'll be up there. But again, but I think for me, Erling Haaland is just the key because I think he's been amazing with Norway. If we're gonna look at the statistics, I think he's gonna get out of that group. Don't be surprised if they present a tough challenge with France because they're in that same group. They're probably the favorites in there with Arsenal to win the Premier League, and I would not be surprised if they do or they don't. Like they're still in there, but the chances of them winning that league is just really high with their form and the players that they have and the experience and the coach that they have behind them. So I think it's really like Erling Haaland's in there only because I think he has the chance to kill at the World Cup, and I think he has a chance to win the Champions League and the Premier League, which is like, and he's breaking records at an astronomical rate. And like you said, I think out of those two, I think he's just been the better player too. I think he just has been the better player in terms of his hold-up play, his link-up, his ability to play in transitions, his versatility, and I think how much better he's gotten as like a hold-up striker. And how much now too it comes to Pep as well, just allowing him to play through him. It's no longer, he has to play around. No, we're now literally playing through him. So that's why I think he's probably right now the favorite, and why I think he's gonna he might win it, and I think he kind of deserves it because Mbappe, my criticism towards him, he's been very inconsistent in some of the big games that he's played in, especially when it comes to low blocks. But I think he's second place only because if France get far, and he could make it far, man, and he's gonna play with Hugo. That's second place. For Kane, for me, my criticism for Kane is I don't think he's been as impactful as the other two. I know statistically he's in it, but it's the Bundesliga, and then we saw in the Champions League. I didn't like that performance against Arsenal, but who knows? He could flip it around, and that England thing. But if I'm choosing between France and England, I'm sorry, I'm gonna or Spain or whoever. It's probably gonna be. I'm taking France all the way because of the experience and the players that they have, and that's how I rank. I think it's Haaland, Mbappe next, and then Kane, and then Lamine is in there. And if Lamine just finds out the way to win the Champions League and goes to win the World Cup, yeah, it's game over for all of us. That's just the PR is just too much, and then we saw it this year. He didn't have the stats, but the performances that you're gonna get from the eye test, the goals and assists that he has been producing a lot this year too, and then a World Cup win to potential with a Champions League and the league title, yeah, that's wraps. So. But it's all come down to whether Barca, I think, wins the league and if Spain wins it.
I would say I'll go hot take here. Sorry, Kieran. I know I'll jump in quickly before you have to go. I think there's a hot take. We're not even talking about Haaland in the Ballon d'Or situation by the time that all this stuff is finished.
That's crazy.
Well, he has the most potential, I think, to have all that stuff go wrong because we're talking about Arsenal and Villa. They can if they don't win the Premier League, if they don't win the Champions League because of Bayern, because of Man City, because of PSG does, and because Norway doesn't go far. The Ballon d'Or rankings have already proven the statistics alone aren't enough. I don't care how many goals he's going to score. He probably will be the best player in the Premier League at the end of the year. I'm not going to disagree with that. But if City don't have all these accomplishments, he doesn't have the safety of an England or a France or a Spain. We're talking about the league's already over for Madrid now. Barcelona's already wrapped up La Liga, let alone if they get a Champions League or Spain grabs a World Cup. That's a lock already right there. Haaland has the most potential to fall out of the Ballon d'Or, I think, compared to any of those players. I think Kane is right there next to him. If Bayern doesn't do well, it's going to be pretty simple. You're just not going to be up there. But Haaland could. I don't think it'd be his fault, but we might not even be talking about him at the end of the year.
I was gonna completely agree with that. I was actually gonna add on. I was gonna say yes, I do think that it's Haaland right now, but I think by the end of the year, it might just be out of the race for him, just because, like Isaac said, the World Cup holds so much weight, and I don't think any of us are expecting Norway to make it anywhere near as far as England or France are. So unfortunately for him, I think Isaac's right. I think the World Cup will hold so much weight that it's going to be hard for him to finish strong.
If he does a good run, if he takes him ffar, that's a huge boost. If they get to a quarters or a whatever because of him,
that's my hot take.
It works both ways, but I don't know. Are we trusting Norway track record wise? I don't know.
But I think they've looked so good in this qualifiers that my hot take is I think they will make it far. I think
Turkey looks pretty good going into that last World Cup, and
they are.
You don't want to talk about that.
I know that, but it's different. They have Sorloth, Haaland, Odegaard. I just think the momentum, the vibes. I have good feelings about Norway coming into this World Cup run where if they met up against France, I think they could present a challenge, and they could be like another great matchup where we see 2 goals, 3 goals here and there, and it's France has a better team, so I'm not surprised that France got this result while Norway has a lesser team. But, Doc, I know you wanted to give your thoughts, too. What were your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I was going to go with Kane, but no, I'll stick with Kane, actually. I just think statistically he has it. I think he's going to be one of the top European goal scorers. I think Bayern will win their league. I know that might not be as heavy as the Premier League, I still think they're favorites to win the Champions League. So if he's got 2 titles, that gives him a good chance. For England, I do think they'll go far. I think Thomas Tuchel, he will get the best out of England. And also, I think one of Kane's best seasons was under Tuchel, his first season at Bayern. So he knows how to play Tuchel's system. And I think, let's just say England get to the semifinals or more. That's at least a bronze medal or more they get. That's a great storyline for him in terms of like the PR, carrying England maybe, getting them possibly their first World Cup since 1966. I think it could be Kane.
Yeah. Rachel, you got any one final one before we head out and end this episode?
Yeah. I honestly it's pretty close, depending on like who wins what. With like obviously World Cup having like the most like importance, and then Champions League, and then each like your respective league. And if I had to choose a name, I guess I would also go with Kane. But the arguments that Isaac and Colby brought up too, like it's making a very strong case for or against like Mbappe or Haaland. So I don't know. It's just like something that we're gonna have to just like kind of watch and see how England does, how France does, how Spain does. I will say though, like if there is a world where say like Barcelona, like they win their league, I'm not expecting them to win the Champions League, but if Spain wins the World Cup and like Lamine probably ends up winning the Ballon d'Or, I'm really gonna dislike it just because like I was so pissed off when Rodri won it 2 years ago over.
How do you think I felt? I got criticized.
I know. And then before that, it was like freaking Messi winning it over Haaland, when Haaland literally had like one of the best scoring seasons, if not the best scoring seasons in Prem on his debut season, winning the treble. And it's just like, how the frick do you give it to somebody that scored like 5 penalty goals? And like, bro, out. Yeah. So, it's just that I feel like there's some crazy like Barca and Argentina PR run that like goes in that Ballon d'Or. That's why I just like really dislike that ceremony right now. Like last year, thank God freaking Dembele won it, because like if Yamal won it, or even like Rafinha won it, like I guess if Rafinha won it, it's like he was pretty good. But like if Yamal won it, bro, I would have like, bro, there's just no way, dude. After the season that PSG had and Dembele had, there's no way you're giving it to him, because you're just like completely going against your like winning trophies and single season stats and whatever. So if I had to choose a name, I'm going to give Kane, just because this man, he really hasn't won anything except for like the league last year with Bayern, and he wins another league with Bayern, and winning the Champions League. And if England wins it, dude, like Isaac, Kieran said, like that's just a crazy like story. And okay, now that I think about it, I kind of don't want England to win the World Cup, because it's like 2026 is like the 250th like anniversary of America, and I don't know how I feel about that. So
shut up too. If they won the World Cup for 4 years,
yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, no, the Arsenal fans will go crazy with like Declan Rice, and like honestly, like I don't mind.
They claim
Declan.
that as their own trophy.
Dude, I don't mind Declan himself. Like he's like, I love that guy. I love that player. But bro, it's like, imagine if it was like freaking Martin Odegaard with like, or like, oh no, but Bukayo Saka plays for England.
The Saka PR will be terrible.
The Rice PR will go.
Dude,
I will
bro.
shoot someone if I hear the Rice. I love Rice. I
think Rice deserves the PR though a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love Rice, but it's just
that's
like,
a top
Rice.
I'm
going to shoot someone if I hear those conversations.
Okay, I wouldn't say I'm going to, but
like,
Isaac, do you forget what you said?
You asked
earlier?
like a Navy SEAL team.
Yeah, bro, you said Navy.
That was my goal. I'm not gonna go on here and say I think this person should die on the internet. That's a little.
I didn't say that.
Is that not what you practically said?
I wasn't gonna read his contract or something like that. Jeez, that's your morbid mind. Okay.
Yeah, okay. We know what you meant, pal.
All right, like that's all I got. Like Harry Kane, but ideally, I guess like one of Mbappe or Haaland. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so for what I'm hearing is 1, 2, 3, 4 fools by the end of the year are going to be wrong, because I think Erling Haaland's going to
The
win it.
Lakers fan.
Okay.
Did I not say Haaland to start?
No, but you said by the end of the year, like you think that.
Yeah, I mean it's objectively true. There's a good chance that he doesn't finish well, just
That's
because,
fair.
like Isaac said, the odds.
All right. Look, if I have to give a ranking, Kane, Mbappe, Haaland, and then Yamal, and then
Yeah,
Right.
and then
I
and
agree.
then
Put
Rice.
Bruno. Put Bruno in the Ballon d'Or conversations too. Why not?
Honestly, yeah, I'll put Bruno Fernandes above
No.
Lamine Yamal.
No.
Screw that. I'll
No.
put Bruno Fernandes over Lamine Yamal. Screw that,
Damn,
bro.
bro.
Last year, yes. When he got like 40 goal contributions, and if we won the Europa League, yeah.
Bro,
but
he
not
leads
this
the
year.
Prem in assists. He leads the Prem in assists.
Yeah,
Like if
but
he
I
was
mean, like,
playing
that's not
Champions
the-
League football, and if we like made like a quarterfinal, semifinal run, and Portugal wins the freaking World Cup, I'm just
A lot
saying.
of
Hey
ifs.
man,
That's a
FA
lot of
Cup.
ifs,
You'll be
though.
hearing Ronaldo shouts in a few months if Portugal does well.
I will be there. We will be there.
If they
he's
win the
gonna-
Burger
Ronaldo-
Cup,
Hey,
You can even come to the country.
CR7's gonna get his like first knockout.
Oh, he's already had a
World Cup
knockout.
goal. He's
World
can you
Cup
believe that?
goal.
Fun fact: that guy has like I love Cristiano to death. I cannot believe that guy has 0 like in the 4. Hopefully, he breaks it this year. 0 knockout World Cup goal. That's insane. That is so insane to me. Like that is
Good thing
the
he
crazy.
got. Good thing he got an easy World Cup group stage this year.
I watched that
Yeah,
man lose a World Cup group stage to the U.S. in 2014. I don't think that highly of him on the international stage.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Cristiano, this better be the year he gets something. I don't know, man, because this is literally
This
like
was last year.
last one, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Will he start too? Like, I don't. I mean, he probably will start.
Yeah, he'll start.
I know it, but like, should he? Should he not? Like,
Yes,
I don't
he
know.
should.
I don't know.
Who are you gonna put over him, Jeff?
Who are we gonna put? Like
Start getting
Gonzalo Ramos, bro?
Put Pedro Neto up there. See what he does.
Yeah, no, we're not
You're
putting
gonna put
that.
his kid up there.
Who?
Ronaldo Jr. He could play for the U.S. You know, he could play.
No,
for
he could
America.
play for the U.S. I was gonna say, yeah, he
Get
was
Messi
born in,
and Ronaldo's kids playing for us.
that kid was born in San Diego, so.
Ronaldo can't come
hey.
to the games then.
No, it's I don't know how he's playing in this World Cup. If are we allowing him just back into the country
He,
like that?
he got that. He got that little.
He had a meeting
Yeah,
with the
he met up
president.
with Trump,
you know.
bro. Yeah, that's right.
That
He
part
did.
in.
Oh, yeah,
Got the
that's
ankle
true.
monitor playing
He
all
got
the
that
games.
pardon, bro. Yeah, like you said, he got that
He
pardon.
got
bro.
that pardon.
He got that bastard. Oh man, Cristiano. Well, I hope it does well for him, and I hope all of our predictions go right. I hope all of our New Year's resolutions go right. I hope Man United wins something next year. I hope Madrid actually. Look, I know I'm the Madrid fan here. Of course, I can say I hope they win the UCL, the 3P, whatever. I don't care. I hope they just play better than what they're doing right now. I hope Bayern can win something at least, like get far in the champ. Maybe another Bayern Madrid semifinals. United back in the UCL.
Without the referee this time.
Yeah,
maybe.
Spurs do better in terms of like just making it to Champions League football and getting that and just playing better as well. Because you can't predict who's gonna win that. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I got. We'll see how 2026 turns out for Real Madrid, Manchester United, the Tottenham Hotspurs, and the FC Bayern Munich. I just want to say to all 4 of you, 5 really, because Robin is also a contributor. But Robin, I'll give him a special treatment right after. But thank you again for the amazing year. Thank you to our fans listening to us, our viewers, our listeners. Thank you again so much for this amazing year, the start of something special. And hopefully 2026, not only do our teams go great, but I also hope that the Out on Loan podcast grows another level as well. Thank you again. And you've been listening to the Out on Loan podcast. 2025 is officially a wrap for us. And 2026, we can't wait. And I might start ranting by the time 2026 starts. I'll be like, oh, here we go. Yep. Start of a misery for Madrid. And yeah, we'll see. But thank you again, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Have a good, happy new year, everybody.
Happy
You
New Year.
too, man.